Hey, this is King Firehawk from 1640 PWPR. Coming up, the Blind Tag Podcast, which is exclusive here to 1640 PWPR, the home of pro wrestling podcast radio and more.
Up there in the podcast world, you've reached the blind tag, and it's good to see you. Is it? It is.
Do we get? We don't see them.
I see you.
I see you.
You know
I see you every day.
I know.
You know what
I see you every day.
I do. It's
Get
true.
tired of your asses. No, I'm just playing.
You know what I see every time that Big Dick does his opening? You ever watch his hands? It's like he's casting a spell. Hello out there in the podcast world.
Look. You got to get animated, okay? You got to get into it.
But nobody can see the animation.
It doesn't matter.
He's just so used to doing that.
Have
for
you ever
his
seen
Twitch channel?
voice
That's
actors?
why.
Have you ever seen voice actors?
You have to do that.
To do their shit. They
It's
have
called
to fucking
method acting.
Yeah.
He's a method actor.
It's called do better. All right.
You better.
Anyway,
you just did that again.
Yeah, I'm stretching my fucking arms out, dude.
Are you sure?
I'm 2 tickets to the gun show.
Bam, bam.
I'm Big Dick Gideon along with Dante and Kryimm, of course.
Yo.
We just did a podcast a couple days ago, so
Which you're still giggling over, by the way.
God, watching Undertaker bust his ass on a looped GIF is hilarious.
It's not that he's busting his ass is funny. It's the fact of
It's
the
just a tuck and
story
roll.
behind it.
The tuck and roll, because
The tuck and roll fall.
he's just like, no, God, fucking kid, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, not much has happened in terms of news lately, but
I have some news.
oh, okay.
Do you?
Yeah, actually, it came out this weekend. As a matter of fact, it came out Saturday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Which was Saturday.
Yesterday was Saturday.
Probably when most of you are going to be listening to this, it'll be Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
So, what had happened was AJ Styles was in the ring at a independent wrestling event.
Yeah.
Don't know which one, but like he was given like his farewell speech or something for that, because obviously he's going to be going elsewhere, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know where I'm going to see you guys or when I'm going to be able to see you, and the crowd starts chanting Royal Rumble, clap, 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 clap. And then he's like, well, I'm not really sure, and they're like, you deserve it, and then he's like, all right, so when I win the Royal Rumble this year, so basically he's saying he's going to be in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you can bring up Samoa Joe, you get Finn Balor up there, you get fucking AJ Styles, it's going to be an interesting Rumble.
Now, wait a minute. From a worker's point, would you say, thanks, guys, it's really nice, but no, that's not really happening, or would you work that crowd?
You worked the crowd.
You work that crowd for them to tune in to the show. You don't tell them any different. So, yeah, he may show up on the show.
Yeah, he might not
He may
be in
do
the
a
Rumble.
run-in on something. Who knows? They may put him in NXT first before they bring him up.
See, that's the thing. Like, I didn't agree with putting in Samoa Joe in NXT. I didn't agree with Prince DeVitt on NXT.
Finn Balor, for those that don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys aren't bitching where they're at, though.
No, Finn's very happy.
Right?
I definitely don't agree with AJ Styles working his way up through NXT because they've had national TV exposure.
Yeah.
Okay, these guys have been on TNA, Ring of Honor. They've had this national exposure before. They have. To me, NXT is for the people who don't necessarily have
who come from the indies to here.
Yeah, they don't have national exposure. That you know, let's. I don't know if Bayley's ever been on TNA, but maybe that's what I see NXT's for. Is for people who it's like this is
build your gimmick,
build your gimmick, and get used to thousands of people chanting your name.
Yeah,
because it's different. You know, I can go into a show for 50 and 100 people and and entertain a crowd, sure, but it'd be intimidating for me to go in front of 30,000 people and try to entertain everybody. That's
with how nervous you get. My goodness,
I piss myself. I do
Wait. You would piss yourself, or you just piss yourself on the regular?
I piss myself on the regular.
Okay, that's weird.
It's weird. Keeps you warm. Keeps you warm.
Yeah, until it gets cold, and then you're just sad and cold, and you piss yourself.
And it's still
snowing!
Yay!
I'm so mad.
It's the first real snow that we've had here in New Jersey, at least in the area that we live in.
At least it's not sticking to the roads.
No.
It's starting to.
No, I don't think it's gonna be that.
I would be happy.
I don't think we're gonna get
100% happy with snow if it never stuck to the roads.
And to the sidewalk.
Yeah, or the driveway.
Or driveway.
Right.
If like it never stuck there, great.
That's when we become really, really rich.
And have heated driveway.
We'll get a heated driveway.
Yes,
exactly.
just flip the switch. Don't have to shovel.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
See you later. Yeah.
Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how would you not want that?
But we're going to talk about some random shit.
Today is Random Shit Sunday.
Yeah. What we got?
I like that title.
What we got?
I think
Give
I
me
just
something.
came with the title.
Yeah, right. What we got?
The other night, I was just flipping around on we were actually watching Stars. I was watching some really bad, crappy horror movies or something on it, and you came into the bedroom, Kryimm, and there was an ad for Black Sails, and we were both commenting about how we were such horrible pirates because we have not watched it.
It's true.
And we want to watch it, but because we are reenactors and we're very historically, we become history Nazis. We don't mean to, but if you're going to reenact something, I mean, like a lot of people got up on the show Vikings.
Yeah.
Because
great show.
It wasn't authentic.
It wasn't authentic. And I'm like,
what?
Nobody really knows yet what authentic Viking is.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just starting to realize that no, they weren't these barbarian, smelly people. They actually, they found that like the men would wear lots of gold, and they actually had types of body washes and shit. So
like,
they
are we
didn't
talking about
smell
like John
gold.
Cena type of gold, or are we talking
no,
about
we're
like
talking-
single
we're
chain
talking
guy that runs
Inca.
a
We're
laundromat gold?
We're talking Inca like
wow.
nice stuff, like for kings.
Yeah.
And that's just basic people.
But who says it's not historically accurate?
I'm sorry.
No,
I was just
no,
trying to
yeah,
say
yeah, yeah.
because we do historical reenactment, we
Right.
kind of become history Nazis, and that's why I was bringing in the Viking show because a lot of people got mad because it was not historically correct.
That's what the question I just asked was. Who's saying that? Because I watched the show.
I
And I
didn't-
thought it's pretty spot on.
Oh,
but
the
then,
Viking show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just, you read it on Facebook, how, especially on the SCA board, some people get a little, like I said, they get a little uppity when things aren't exactly accurate. I mean, when we do Pennsic, how many camps actually are completely accurate? I think any camp that actually has a cooler, even just everything else is authentic, but you still have an ice cooler in your camp.
Get out.
You're not authentic.
Get out.
You're doing.
Get out.
We're doing from the year.
You have glasses? Get out.
It starts from the year 300 AD to 1600
Yeah.
That's a big chunk of time, to be
AD.
fair.
So to be historically correct and be camping for 2 weeks, you can't. But anyway, I digress.
No, let's go. Let's go into that
okay.
because I'm sort of agreeing because you'll have people come up to you. Well, what period? Yeah, your pants are this period. Your shirt's this period. Doesn't match, and you're like, shut up. You're wearing sneakers. Like,
and while you're saying that to me, could you please put your cell phone in your pouch?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're okay. Let's give the rundown for you. You're definitely over 35. You don't have pockmarks. You have all your teeth, and you wear fucking glasses. Shut up.
Hey. We're in Pennsylvania.
Where?
Or we're in Pennsylvania, right?
Where? There was no Pennsylvania in
exactly.
1600.
We're in Pennsylvania trying to play pirates in the middle of a landlocked state. There you go.
Where's the closest lake? I think there's, North Lake and North
Lake
Shore,
Erie, maybe?
North Shore and South Shore Lake.
Yeah.
That we passed through to go into.
The lake be choppy today.
The lake be choppy today. Tell the McGilligans from across the way that we're coming over there in 20 minutes.
We do say that on the lake, don't we, on our vacation? Because we do camp
Yes,
on
we
a
do.
lake. We are We are lake pirates.
Yeah,
we are. And we have the Lost Boys across the way who live on a bog and swim in a bog.
It's true. When the wind picks up, it's like, oh, the lake is choppy. The lake will be choppy today.
There's a storm be brewing.
Try to take a boat in that fucking lake, you probably scrape the bottom.
No, actually, it's a little deep in the middle from what I've heard.
You wouldn't go
And
into
after they had the flood over there this year, because what it did, it flooded the whole campground. And I think that's oh my God, a couple 100,000 acres or so. I mean, they've got people living, all the Coopers live on it.
Mudsig.
So all their houses got flooded. The Lost Boys actually had a big screen TV embedded in the ground where like this much, like say an inch and a half or more, or a foot and a half, of it was pointing out of the ground. They couldn't go swimming in their bog because all the Porta Johns and because all the wastewater went into that. So, but what happened with our lake is when it flooded, it took all the sediment that was on the bottom, which was all the leaves and stuff from the trees, and it cleaned it all out. So we could actually now see the bottom of it, and it did go pretty deep. So it was pretty cool to see that.
I miss sitting in the river, but now but when they said, "Oh, the wastewater," I don't need to sit in the river anymore.
Look, you haven't sat in that river since we all got dysentery that one year.
It's true.
You all got fucking dysentery?
We did.
Yes.
You don't drink the water.
Time. No, we didn't. We actually sat in it. Nobody drank it.
Okay, you might have. We probably did drink the water.
What year was that?
What happened? Okay, what happens is on the hot days we like to go sit in the river and drink. Okay.
Wait, was that
not the water?
Not the water, but we have beers and we have.
I believe that was Pennsic 38.
Okay, so we all have the beers in the coolers, but we put the cooler on the water, and maybe some of the water, get on top. So yeah, it's possible we did drink river water, but. What happens is like 90% of our camp got the shits and the pukes when we got home.
And it was both at once. It was fun.
I was on the bowl with my head near the sink, hoping to God one was going to do one before the other.
What's happening? What's happening?
And sadly enough, my son was the first one to come down with it. He was, it was scary.
It's playing dealer's choice with what
I'm gonna die. Yeah, that's.
Especially when you're in a camping situation and the only thing you have to puke in is a Porta John. And it's the last 2 days, and they don't clean them as often as they do the whole time we're there. Yeah. So they'll come out maybe once a day.
Don't get me wrong; those are clean fucking. Clean fucking Porta Johns.
Cleanest Porta Johns I've ever been on for a camping event that has over 10,000 people. Granted. 09, not so much, because there's only about 7 Porta Johns for 6,000 people.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But so there's points. There's points where you're playing King of the Mountain.
Yeah,
Oh God!
Yeah.
As a female, we have learned the craft of hovering.
Yeah. When you step up into a Porta John, you don't want to be eye level to shit.
Yeah.
But it happens. You basically
just open the door. Well, maybe not tonight.
I'm gonna poop on the other side, and people have.
As some people say, you just walk in, knock the top off, and play King of the Mountain.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh God!
Do we want to get back to the?
Well, hold on.
We're still
okay.
What else?
But getting to the Porta John thing, they're very clean. Okay.
We still got off track.
Very clean, and
they are.
They. Because you could watch them and people cheer as like the trucks come in to clean.
Mm-hmm. We do.
Everybody, but and you know what? They accept the fucking, and some people give them gifts of beer or stuff like that.
Well, you can't quite hand it to them, but if something is mysteriously left in a Porta John, they have to take it.
Yeah.
They can't just leave it there, and they can't suck it up in the tube, so... They got to take it with them.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, I got a case of beer. Who leaves a case of beer? I don't know.
It's so crazy.
It's so crazy.
But I've decided
one
day...
bottle of Jack in a urinal. Awesome.
I was kind of zoning one day, and I just happened to watch them do their craft, and I noticed that certain guys just wouldn't wear gloves.
They become so desensitized to everything.
Yeah, but you don't.
And they're in that sanitizer stuff.
Yeah, but don't wipe your head, scratch your head when you're.
You think they just go home and don't take a shower or something like that?
I don't know. I don't touch shit.
I would hope they do.
Yeah.
I no.
See, here's the thing.
But they make some money,
cleaned,
though.
I've cleaned public bathrooms.
As have I, and we've shared horror stories, haven't we?
Now, let me tell you something. People are terrible, but I've never cleaned. Women are awful.
Nasty. Women are bitches. Be nasty. I have seen some horror stories in some bathrooms and made me walk right back out and go into a men's room.
Yeah, I've cleaned up pretty much anything that can come out of a human body.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. As a parent, I have as well.
Anything that can come out of a human body. Mm-hmm. There were times when women had their period, didn't have a pad, and it looked like a goddamn murder scene in the stall.
Yep.
Had to clean it
Saw
up.
that at fair once. It was scary.
There was the Cincinnati chili incident. Okay.
Go ahead. What's the Cincinnati chili incident?
Cincinnati chili incident is... I was working.
Where were you working?
This was at Best Buy.
Yeah.
When I was down in Charlotte. And I remember, being in the warehouse and just working on the computer. I forget what I was doing. And then I hear on the radio, we need to clean the bathroom. I'm like, all right, whatever. Maybe it just needs to be hit, right? So Brandon and I, that was my boss at the time, we go in there and it hits you the moment you step in.
Just the smell. You haven't even
It
seen the horror yet.
Whoosh, it just washes over you. And you're like, something happened in here. And then we open the stall, and the reason why we call it the Cincinnati chili incident is not because someone ate Cincinnati chili and then had the shits. No. It looked like someone took a bucket of Cincinnati chili and just slung it at the bowl.
Hoping that it would go in.
Just
everywhere but the bowl.
Like, I'm looking and I'm like, what the hell just fucking happened?
Like, what did you do to
happens?
piss somebody off enough to do that to the toilet in the first place?
Like, it was so terrible. I've cleaned up period blood. I've cleaned up semen, used condoms, shitty underwear.
But this was just that point where you...
that was probably... that was bad, but...
Is that the same when we looked at your boss and just told him to walk out?
No, that was when I had to clean up the shitty underwear from the kid that some fucking parent just left in the fucking stall because I didn't want to deal with it. So I went in there and boss was like, everything all right? And I looked over at him, I said, I'm upset. I don't want to talk about it. Just leave. And he looked at me and went, pointed, and just walked away. He understood, and he left. So
some people are just disgusting, and you just can't...
Like, nasty.
We got a long way from TV shows that
we
haven't
did, yeah.
watched.
Well, that's all right. This is what
This is some random shit.
Do we want to go back to...
Sure.
All right, so we were talking about Black Sails.
Right.
And then we talked about how we were horrible pirates because we weren't watching it, and you brought up a very interesting fact as to why we didn't watch it.
Oh, which is, for 50 weeks out of the year, we put on our costumes to act like regular people. But for 2 weeks out of the year, when we get to play pirate, we're actually just taking off our masks.
So if we were to watch the show, we would be disappointed because of, what was it, their interpretation of us, or we would lose the magic of it?
I think we just confused our listeners, but yes.
Yes.
But then we were talking about the other show that you started watching.
Oh, yeah.
Outlander.
Oh.
Poor decision.
Okay, so there's this show called Outlander.
And that's on Stars, I believe?
I don't even know
Stars.
anymore. But, I've watched the first season of Outlander, and that's all I'm going to watch of Outlander. And I'm going to paraphrase what happens. There's this show, it's called Outlander.
Is it called Outlander?
I think it's called Outlander.
All right.
And basically...
What's Outlander about?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh, come
I
on.
don't, you guys are going to make fun of me. But anyway.
Weep.
So, there's the lady who's the protagonist. Basically, the current timeline is taken right after World War One. Okay. And her and her husband are kind of trying to find their way back to each other. Yeah, they're trying to find their way back to normalcy with their marriage after World War One. And so they go on vacation to Scotland. And during this time in Scotland, she actually goes up. They find a druid circle, and they thought it was really neat. And she ends up falling through time to like, yay! It's happy.
Please continue.
Okay, so she falls to the...
Please continue.
Your phone is happy to hear this.
Or was that her falling through?
Her falling through time. Hooray! So she falls through time into, like, Scotland. Like, I want to say, like, 1500 Scotland or something like that. Like, old-time Scotland.
Okay, and you were really excited about it at that point,
weren't you? Don't jump ahead of me now.
I was just asking what you thought of the show.
Oh, it was all right until that point. And, we're
in old school Scotland.
We're old school Scotland, and the first person she meets is the descendant of her husband. The ancestor of her husband, who happens to be the a really bad dude. Like he's is like we don't find out exactly how bad. Like at first he gets because it's kind of rapey. Okay, he's kind of grabby, handsy. I'm gonna get you type creepy, rapey
like
type.
Most bad guy royalty types.
Yeah, like a dickhead. But unfortunately, he looks exactly like her husband, so she kind of has conflicted fucking feelings about it. Fine, whatever. Series goes on, and she's trying to find her fucking place, trying to get back to the fucking current timeline. Can't figure out how to do that. Yeah, she's trying to find her fucking. She's trying to find how to figure out how to live in, medieval Scotland, and she comes up. She keeps coming up with this like folk, coming into folklore. Yeah. Like people back then actually, believed in fairies. They believed in dragons, stuff like that.
Make sure you put your milk outside your door. No, keeps the fae away.
Keeps the fae away. And then there's this one time where she's going through the woods with somebody, and she hears a baby out from the woods. Yeah. And she's like, "Oh my god, we gotta go check on that baby." And they're like, "No, that's a fairy, and they're trying to trick you, and they're gonna come and take." And she's like, "That's just nonsense." And I'm like, "Bitch, you fell through fucking time." Like, at what point?
Yeah,
you
that's fairy. That's the line, right?
Right.
That's the line.
But that's like, I fell through time. I'm trying to fucking piece my life together, trying to get back to my current timeline. But fairies, that's bullshit. Yeah, that kind of blows my mind. Yeah. And I dug all that. And as I'm watching through the series, the antagonist constantly does battle with the woman, but she's starting to fall in love with this other guy, right? Yeah. And as you go through the series, you notice that the antagonist has this thing for the other guy, and you're like, okay, if that's whatever, no biggie.
It's medieval time.
But as you get to the season finale, it gets graphic, and like graphic,
like stuff we can't talk about. Graphic,
no, well, I'll talk about it. The antagonist was like, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll free your woman, but you need to fuck me. Type of fucking thing. And the guy's like, well, I guess I'll take it. So he sends off Mary, I think her name is, and then the fucking commences. Okay. He takes his hand.
Now begins the fucking. Followed by lights out.
Followed by lights out. But it gets hard to watch because it's not like consensual fucking, because he
clearly doesn't want to.
He nails his hand to a table and starts fucking him over the table.
Oh, why does he nail?
So he can't get away.
Okay, like I said, this guy's a bad dude, but that's okay.
Well, you're okay with that.
Let me fucking finish.
Sounds like somebody's reading my writing.
Yeah, well, just let me fucking finish. Like. So he's doing this dude, and I'm like, okay, so it's a male-on-male rape scene. I'll deal with it because I want to get back to the fucking magic. I want to get back to time travel and shit like that. And it doesn't go that way because the guy who's getting raped starts fucking getting into it.
Oh no!
Yeah, and then near the fucking last at the last fucking show of the season, he does like a flashback on no, it wasn't always fucking non-consensual because I really wanted it at one point. And then they go into this 20-minute sex scene of fucking and there's oil.
If you could see how red his face is right now. Oh my God.
And there was oil.
It was like at one point that's not what I bought into the show for. So something out of
watching Caligula.
Worse.
How do you get worse than Caligula?
Because you don't fucking Caligula doesn't start stroking his dick and go, "Baby, don't wait for me." And that's what I'm talking about. I wanted to get back to the fucking magic and the time travel, and that's the ticket I bought on the bus for. And by the time the season was over, that's not the bus I was on. And I want to know at what point did I change stations? Because I don't want to be on that bus. I want to go back to time travel and fucking period pieces and stuff. But that's not what it was. It became non-consensual sex and dicks were flying all over. It was so not what I wanted. Dicks everywhere. So I won't watch the second season. That's where that's the end of that story. Is I'm not gonna watch the second season of Outlander.
Now, which brought me to
There was oil.
brought me to a question about, so you're more comfortable with like Game of Thrones rapey than you are about Outlander rapey?
Well, okay, because
I'm not going to go into gender because
no,
that'll cause a whole big
That-
issue. So I'm just going rapey versus rapey.
Yeah.
because it was over
This is
the
really
top.
not the subject that we
over-
wanted to get on.
It
But
was over the top. That's the problem I have with it. When Game of Thrones rapey is like, I got you, blame, 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 blame. Next scene, all right? But this was like going on for 20 fucking minutes. Hard.
So you're like, how did this turn into a soft porn?
Hold on.
Well, I don't want to watch fucking male on male soft porn. That's
not the ticket
I don't judge.
that I bought.
That's not the ticket I bought. That's not what I wanted to watch the show for. And that's what it turned into. And I'm like, no, this is not the Greyhound bus I fucking wanted to jump on.
Here's the thing. With a lot of the rape scenes or sex scenes from Game of Thrones are actually curtailed on the show because in the book, for instance,
You can get away with a lot more in a book than you can. And
Sansa's rape scene from this past season is so much more awful in the book because he doesn't make what's his name Dickless. That's his
Reek.
name. He doesn't make Reek rape her. What happens is, he says, "Well, I'm going to get my dogs to rape you." And first you think he just means his men. No, he brings his dogs from the kennel, and the dogs rape Sansa.
This turn.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just saying, like, Game of Thrones could be that bad. Okay, it's not. Okay, but 20 minutes of...
It's kind of like reading the Beauty series from Anne Rice, and you think it's going one way in the first book, and you're like, yeah, this is real good. And then you get to the second book, and it's still kind of there. And then you get halfway into the second book, you're like, whoa, wait, whoa.
What happened?
Yeah. And it went all different. It kind of like with Outlander, like you said.
Yeah, Outlander is like a steamy romance novel, but at the end of the season,
So you think you're afraid they're just going to pick up where they left off?
I don't care. I don't care.
But they just went to a dark place.
Yeah, we did. We went to a dark place.
We can bring it back.
We can.
Like, why is Freddie Prinze writing for Vince?
He's been doing that for years.
Was he?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know.
He got hired back in the Attitude Era.
Oh. Well, then what happened to the writing? Because it's gone really shitty.
Age.
I'm bored.
Age.
I'm bored.
Fucking, it could be anything. I mean, look.
Kind of like indie booking. It's boring.
It's boring.
Yeah.
Which leads us to something you guys.
We do have something in the works.
Yeah. I don't want to announce it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we do have something. We have something cooking in the works. And
okay, we'll drop that real quick. I won't even bring it up.
We'll explain something. We have something in the works.
We have something in the works. Basically, it's going to be, obviously, you guys know we have the 8-Bit Legends.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that we do.
That's the Twitch channel.
What we got something that's going to be happening, and if we can get it off to the ground correctly, I have a funny feeling it's going to take off pretty big. It's going to be highly entertaining. Obviously, we're not going to announce what it is yet.
Not yet. It's going to be about a month before we say anything about it, I think.
Yeah. But
it's going to take us about a month to get everything set.
But all three of us are going to be involved in it.
Yes.
And it's going to be... We're going to try to make it funny. We're going to try a little bit of seriousness to it.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is it? And too fucking bad, you don't get to find out until like a month from now.
Yeah. So the hype train starts now.
Yeah. But we don't know you don't know what you're hyping, but you're going to be hyped.
It's going to be hype.
So, since our show, sadly, we have lost quite a few more stars to the Big C. Especially, what was it, Friday?
Is that the Atlantic or Pacific? Oh, come on. Really? Come on! God damn it!
Anyway.
I'm giving you fucking gold.
Which leads us to the game that you guys played.
Oh, yeah.
On Friday, I believe. Was it not? And you had
okay, so
Sister D come up.
I'm gonna let Blaster Master. Blaster Master, are you here?
Yeah.
Because we did discuss it on the last show that you guys would be playing.
So we played a game called That Dragon Cancer. Okay, and basically it's a game created by a grieving man to deal with the loss of his 4 or 5-year-old son to brain cancer. And basically it chronicles the entire story of it conceptualized and so in a very artistic way of how he felt throughout the entire process, from his kid getting sick to his kid dying, and it chronicles that. And there's a lot of home videos, audio from their own home videos in the game, and they have letters from all these survivors because it's a Kickstarted game. They kickstarted it, and all these backers had these stories, and they had letters and pictures from everybody in the game and everything like that. And it's really, really very moving, very stirring. We have the video on demand on my Twitch channel right now on 8-Bit Legends if you want to check it out. It's $15 on Steam. It's worth the money, in my opinion, because it really shows that video games aren't just necessarily about fucking shooting people or anything like that, some stupid shit. You can actually tell a real fucking story and connect with people in a very real way.
It's art.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's art.
And
so how did you guys fare?
We were fine all the way up until a chapter called Dehydration. And Dehydration chronicles basically his kid right after chemo. And the kid, he's crying, and the father, trying to figure out why he's crying. So, he's thirsty. So he tries to, give him the juice box, and then the kid's fine, but he drinks it because he's really thirsty, but then he throws it up because he's nauseous. Mm-hmm. And try explain that to a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay? And it gets to the point where the father can't do anything for him. The narrator actually says, "I cannot help my son."
Mm-hmm. And that is the hardest, because the entire time you hear a baby crying. You hear a baby crying. No, this is a kid that is in pain, and fucking serious pain, and he can't. He's angry. Yeah. He's upset. He's in pain, and the father can't do anything to console his son. And that's at that point, me and Big Dick here lost it. Yeah. We just. Waterworks happened, and
that's probably the worst part of it.
It is. I have to say, Hunter's, my son, has never had cancer but when he was an infant, he used to have colic really bad. Yeah. Screaming, and we didn't know what to do. Yeah. New parents, they give you this booklet, and you do everything to say, okay, well, it's not working for this kid. What next? Yeah. Metallica and a lot of bouncing. That's really what helped. So, but yeah, to have him screaming like that, and you can, in the pain and the anger that comes through, and because they can't yell at you and say this hurts or this, that, and the other. Yeah. So, and as a parent, it's being helpless like that is like the worst feeling ever.
I recommend everybody play this game because it gives you a glimpse, if not anything, a small glimpse into what a parent deals with. So you could say, "Oh, it's so bad. I feel so bad for you," but you don't understand what these people go through on a daily basis. This is like a fucking minuscule.
It's 2 hours.
It's a 2-hour game, and this is a minuscule fucking glimpse into what these people go through. And I recommend everybody play this game. It's not a game you want to play over and over again.
No, you play it once just for the experience.
But you need to feel it because you'll understand to a small nth degree on what these people suffer through.
Yeah. So maybe if you have somebody in your family or you have a friend that's going through it, even if it's not just a child, a family member, you can,
But it's definitely absolutely worth your time. But if I'm not mistaken, we have an anxious Steeler fan in our midst, correct?
Yeah, the game start yet?
The game is on its way here, so we're not going to go too much longer, I think.
NFL.com. NFL.com. Oh, Denver's ahead 3-0.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for brightening my day.
But
Denver Broncos.
I don't think we're going to go too much longer. Obviously, we only had a couple days for news.
Do you have a show?
We do have a show. It's for SWF. We're going to be defending the tag team titles against Kentucky Bred.
Without me ringside. I will be at the show, though.
Dante will not be ringside. We will be defending against Kentucky Bred. It's January 29th, Friday. We are going to be at the Columbian Club in Avenel. Mm-hmm. You can get tickets at the door. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be a good show.
Yeah, it should be a good show.
We have ECW Sandman. He's going to be there. We have I believe Brian Myers is going to be there,
Okay.
also known as Kurt Hawkins from WWE. So
Yeah.
it's going to be. I believe Tommy Dreamer's also going to be there. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Okay.
so we're going to have a couple guys on the show, and we're definitely
Should be good.
Should be good. We're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna come home with the gold again because
Nice.
that's just what we do.
That is what you do.
That's what we do.
But all right, so we're gonna wrap it up. So for Kryimm and
Yeah.
for Dante,
What up?
I'm Big Dick Gideon, and we will see you all next week.
Later.